walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is Rise of the Robots on the Amiga CD32. I'm going to read you part of the note that was sent to me from Jamie, the Great British Gamer, when he very generously sent me this CD32. It says, to Steve, here is your Amiga CD32. I hope you enjoy it, even if it does have Rise of the Robots packaged with it. This speaks volumes about this game. I haven't actually, this will be the first time I've played it, but I know about this game. I think probably everyone knows about this game. It is notorious, as in notoriously bad. I remember Edge magazine, which was like the most respectable, so they would have you believe, gaming magazine of the time. They considered themselves a very highbrow gaming magazine. They were like, what they said was gospel, and they were printing features about this months, even oh dear, even years before the game came out, showing screenshots and everything, you know, all these pre-rendered graphics. It was going to be the best thing since sliced bread, blah blah blah. They just raved about it, and then it came out and they panned it. There was no, oh dear, we got it wrong. It was just, this game sucks, and you're seeing why it sucks now, because you can just do this. You just gotta jump and kick and well, there, and you can do that with every opponent there is, pretty much. It just makes me chuckle. The developers, they put in so much time and effort into the graphics, and it does look impressive, though certainly on some other versions of it it's not so hot. Come on, you fool. Of course, if you're not doing your joypad thing quite right, he's that's funny. He's got a shadow there, the blue robot. My shadow and his shadow and whatnot, they go over the character sprite depending on the position they're in. This is being a bit unresponsive on occasion. When I get hit, largely it's because it's been unresponsive and not done what I've told it to. That's appalling, isn't it? So the craftsman blaming his tools, but I ain't no craftsman. I suppose really you could get a half decent game out of this if you didn't do what I'm doing, which is technically cheating. You know, I could choose to not do that and try some of the other buttons. They don't seem to do anything. Great. That did nothing. But I think it said as much about Edge magazine and the press at the time as it did about the developers. I mean, the developers did a shoddy job and obviously didn't play test it. The press at the time bought into the hype, and they shouldn't. You know, they were getting new screenshots sent to them every month or whatever, and they were printing them and saying this is going to be incredible. And how do you come back from that? I mean, that was when I just stopped. I didn't stop paying attention to Edge at that time. I stopped paying attention to Edge when they crawled up their own arsehole and turned into a bunch of smug prats who just... I wanted to know about games, not the gaming industry, and they're just all about the industry and blah blah blah. It's like, too smug, too up their own arse. But yeah, I lost a lot of respect for them when this came out. Oh, come on. Oh, good Lord. Well, who'd have thunk it? This is going to be this is going to be shameful. This is going to show just how badly I can play, because I'm going to get beaten by Rise of the Robots. That's just not... Come on. Oh, maybe not. No. Ooh. There we go. Come on, don't just stand there, you fool. He is just standing there. Stop being a twit. Get up, kick it. No! Arse. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Well, there you are. That is embarrassing. I should not have been beaten there. I am blaming my pad. He was not jumping when I was telling him to. So I don't know, is that the pad being unresponsive or the game being unresponsive to the pad? Either way, generally if you're not... You can beat the game like that. Every video I've ever seen of anyone playing the game, they beat the game like that. Because if you can play like that, there's no incentive to play properly. And frankly, if it won't jump and kick without just going duh like it was doing there, what is the point in trying to play it properly anyway? Because it doesn't respond very well. Yeah, that that has the reputation of being one of, if not the worst game ever made. I have played worse games, Maze Eater on the VIC-20 being one of them, but certainly on a relatively modern system, that's shocking. And I mean, for the time and the money that was spent making it, and I mean they spent a lot of time and money, because the models, the 3D modeling and the animations and the rendering and blah 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 took a lot of time, which means it took a lot of money. Shameful. And shameful of the media for buying into the hype, and indeed for hyping it up. I wonder how many people bought this thinking, yeah, Edge said this is fantastic, and rushed out and bought it before the review was out, and then were like, oh my god. So, Rise of the Robots. I'm still very, very grateful to Jamie for giving me this, along with the CD32 itself. It's good to finally get to play such an appalling game. I honestly do enjoy playing games even when they're appalling, because it's good to see what all the fuss is about. You know, people say, oh, have you heard of that? That was meant to be really terrible. And it's nice to be able to say, yeah, I've played that, or even better, yeah, I've got that. It's cool. Maybe I'm just weird. Whatever. Thank you for watching.